There we go. Okay, I don't know. I swear I hit it earlier. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Welcome to newbie training.
Yes, welcome to newbie training. This is Mullissa, and this is take it away, Felicia. You got the mic. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Felicia. So I've been in the business. End of March will be my 1 year anniversary.
Woo!
And I am a Ruby. My lifetime rank is a Ruby. I've seen many seasons of this business. I'm actually a second go around. So I joined maybe 6 years ago, 6-7 years ago, something. And, you know, life got in the way, but this business always kind of stayed close to me. And I joined back, and I mean, it's been great. So a little bit about me. When I first started, I was close to over a size 22. And now with all the products and being consistent in taking charge of like my health.
Uh-oh. Am I frozen or is she frozen? Because I don't know what's going on. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Are you there? Oh, I can. You're moving again. Hi.
Oh, Mullissa keeps freezing. Oh, can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You couldn't hear you for like 5 seconds. You were just like not there.
Yeah, it's yelling at me. My internet's unstable.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
That's okay. You were talking about how when you joined, you were a size 22, and now
I'm like an
your
18.
weight loss story. Yeah, that's awesome.
And the coffee is such a game changer. It's unreal, because we used to have to talk about the wrap. The body wrap was like the product. So coming back and getting the coffee, I was like, this is exciting. Like the whole like excitement that the newbies all feel when you guys first join in, I was like, let's get this. You know, I'm always about the people interaction, the benefits that this business has socially. I talk to Mullissa on the regular, like we just randomly chat. Like the friends that you make in this business is just, it's just great, because
it really is.
We're in a room right now with all of us who want the same things. You want to make money, you want to get healthy, you have goals that you're personally trying to crush for yourself and your family. And that's all we're all trying to do, and just help other people along the way. And you can't get that type of environment really outside of this, really. Like I've been there, I've tried it, I've seen it, and like this just, it's more of like home for me with the people and things that this comes with.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on that. Because you've been in the corporate world too, right? Yeah, it's, I like this much better. So I'm going to introduce myself, and then we're going to get started. I just want to remind everyone, as you're hopping on, please mute yourself. And this is recorded. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We'll try to answer them once we get to the end of this, just because we both get distracted very easily. So it's a lot simpler for us if you just put the questions in the comments, and we'll try to answer them at the end. So my name is Mullissa Caroline. I am a Ruby. I've been with the business for a little over a year. I started, and I actually started around Christmas time. So I actually started in December when everyone says it's slow. So I just want to say that. But, you know, I started actually as a customer. I actually started as a host to poster. Let me back up a little bit. So I was one of those people, people tell you like they're always looking at your posts. I was one of those. I knew that if I commented on Chantel's post, she was going to message me. So I usually would just read them. And then when I wanted to comment, I would comment, because the thing is like, when you're in this industry, or you've dealt with people that are in this industry, you know that if you comment on something, they're going to message you. I've been in network marketing for about 15 years. So I've been with several different companies. So I kind of know how it works. But I remember finally commenting on a giveaway post, I think, that she put up, because she had a bunch of comments on it. I was like, what is going on? So ended up being a host poster for her. And then I think she gave me a post for the cleanse, and I was like, what is this? And then she signed me as a loyal customer. I think I was a loyal for I don't even think I completed the 3 months. I think it was like 2 months, and decided to just jump on it, because I know how network marketing works, and I know the potential is there if you do the hard work. And I was with so many different companies that I didn't really see a lot of success with, and I just wanted to find something that actually had residual income is what I was looking for, and that's exactly what our compensation plan is based around. So that was why I joined. Not everyone's going to be like that. Just to give you some perspective, you just never know who's looking at your posts. That's why I wanted to tell you all of that. So the other thing I do want to mention is, part of the reason why I joined is because me and Chantel had actually just kind of built a relationship over I think it was a 6-month period. It may have been longer than that. I really don't know, but I had my own business, and we basically were just sharing self-development and tips and things like that. And I won't go too far down the rabbit hole with that. But my point is, she basically built a relationship with me. So not every single message was, hey, can you put a post up for me? Hey, I got these coffee samples. Hey, do you want to try a wrap? It was actually a genuine relationship. So I really truly believe that we are in the business of building relationships. That's why I want to bring that up. So every person that you talk to starts out as a stranger and becomes a friend and then becomes family. That's how I always looked at it. And that's why I just wanted to bring that up. So, the other thing I wanted to mention too, I totally skipped most of my story. I told you this was going to happen. Okay. So I actually went to conference a month after joining. Brand new distributor. When I tell you that conference was overwhelming, that's putting it mildly, because I had never been in such an area of so much positive energy ever before in my life, that it overwhelmed me to a point that Chantel had to go and find me because she didn't know where I was. She was like, are you okay? Yeah. And I was fine. It was just, it was overwhelming for me because I had never been in such an environment that had so much positivity around it. So it was at conference that I decided, I'm doing this. I'm not going to do anything else but this, because like I said, I had another business. I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do, because I seen so many people that were walking on stage that were literally just normal people that were having success with this business, and it was residual income. And I was like, I can do this. So I committed 100%. On the night of worship is when I committed. I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. So fast forward 4 months after conference, just 4 months, it was in April. I went Ruby. So, I mean, if you're trying to go Ruby, don't put a timestamp on it or anything. I really thought I would go Ruby in February, right after conference. That's what I thought was going to happen, but it took me 4 months, which is totally fine. There's a lot of people on this team it's taken a year or longer. Don't put a timestamp on it, because you're just setting yourself up for disappointment if you do that. So I've been a Ruby for over a year now, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm pushing for Emerald right now. So is Felicia. And we're super pumped about that. And the thing is I think we both know that, yes, the bonus is there, and it would be really nice to have that bonus. And that is one thing that is propelling us forward. But at the end of the day, we'll get to Emerald when it's our time to get to Emerald. So just want to say that. So do you want to get started? I mean, we talked last night about switching in between topics. So do you want to start off with number one, or do you want me to start? Give me.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like I've been talking forever. Just keep talking, Mullissa. It's fine. Okay. So big thing here. Oh yeah, give me the mic. I got this. A few things we want to touch on here. Just want to remind you really quick, if I talk really fast, I apologize. I am Southern and I can't help it. So make sure you write notes. And if you have a question, write it down really quick. And then just keep taking notes. And this is recorded, so you can go back and watch it again and again and again and again. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is no's. I want to talk about that because I feel like no's, and when you're first starting out, it tends to discourage you quite a bit. So I want to just touch on that really quick, because when I first started, I had already read the book Go for No. I had read it several times, and I really already had that mindset of just like going for it and getting as many no's as I possibly could, because I knew eventually it would lead to yeses. But I know when you first start out, a lot of you don't have that knowledge. So if I could recommend any book to start out with, it would definitely be Go for No, because if I can't tell you how many times that I've been messaging people and I have gotten like 20 or plus no's, and I eventually will always get a yes. And it's just how the game goes. And if you look at it kind of like every no is like paying for that yes, that kind of helps too. And the book talks about that a lot. It gives you a lot of perspective. And honestly, one of the reasons why we tell you to kind of start out with the people that you know is to kind of build that confidence as well. So going to people that you know and them telling you no, don't get discouraged, because do you realize how much courage it took for you to actually ask them? I mean, how many people don't actually do that? You're actually ahead of most of the people that join network marketing, because most people don't even ask. They get started, and you'll hear stories of people that get started and just poof, where'd they go? In the witness protection program.
Kid snatchers.
They don't, yeah, or they're kidnappers. Yeah. So you want to make sure that, you're rewarding yourself even for small things like that, because I can't even tell you how big of a step even just that is. So read the book, Go for No. And if it comes in Amazon, Kindle, it comes on Audible, and you can get paperback or hardback or whatever. There's multiple formats for it. And your first book with Audible is free. So just saying. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was, excuse me, I'm already been talking too long. I gotta take a drink of coffee. Anyways, trusting the process, because this was a big one for me, and I think it's why I sat at Ruby for as long as I did too. You have to realize that there's different stages in your business. And any business has highs and lows, regardless of whether you're doing this or something else. It's just how business works. So you're going to have really good months and not so good months, but that's with everyone. That's with every single business. What separates you from the people that succeed in network marketing and the people that leave is that you persist through that. That's the biggest thing. So, trust the process. Trust that, some days you're just going to be planting seeds after seed after seed after seed, going, where's the harvest? And then a couple months later, you're going to be harvesting. It's just how it goes. It's not you. It's not, nobody wants this. It's not any of that. It's literally just how it goes. So just trust it and know that no matter what, you have your own journey in this business, which is going to inspire someone else. So whatever you're going through that's happening to you right now, those struggles and things are unique to you and are going to be unique to the person that you inspire. Okay, so just keep that in mind. When I get discouraged, I think about how far I've come. And I know a lot of you that are on here are new. So I want you to think about why you joined. If you don't know why you joined, which you should, but it's okay if you don't, I want you to write down why on a piece of paper and put it up somewhere, because you need to see it every day, because we always forget. Like I'm really bad at that. If I don't see it, I don't even know it's there. Like it's the worst. It's not even just with gold. It's literally with my fridge. If I don't see something in my fridge, it's not there. It doesn't exist anymore. Literally with everything. So I want you to write down your why and put it somewhere where you can see it, because you're going to have days where you want to quit. It's just how it goes, because it's tests and struggles and obstacles in this business, and you're going to want to quit. But what separates you from successful and unsuccessful people is when you push past that. So I just want to say that. And I hope I didn't get too right on you.
I mean, honestly though, like going for no, like just to more so piggyback off of what you're saying, how many times were each one of you guys approached about a product, about the business before you jumped in and said yes?
Right. I literally just said that it took me 6 months to join the business.
Right. I mean,
That means that she was still asking me. Okay. We were still building our relationship, and she was still asking me, and I was still telling her no. She still kept asking. So yeah, continue. Sorry.
yeah, like, so my first time around, I didn't try a single product for like a month in. I was that broke. And the girl that I enrolled under, she was like, I'm making all this sample cash. I'm making all these samples. Like, I was like, I need to do whatever she's doing. And I don't care how I do it. So I figured out there was like a promotion going on when I enrolled back then, but I was just like, nobody asked me. And she was like, just try this product. I was like, okay. And jumped right in both times. But my sister, it took her, I think like 4 or 5 months to join under me. Like I have my best friend who I've known 4 years now. She just became a customer last month. And she had tried It Works before. And she's like, I don't know. So like, and I had stopped asking her, but then I started just posting on my Snapchat, and she's like, what's this about? What's this about?
Yeah, that's where the consistency comes in. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Consistency is the biggest thing I struggle with, which is why I was extremely hesitant just now to dive into this. But I guess
that's why it's perfect. That's exactly why you need to talk about it.
I know, because it kind of goes hand in hand with your steps to success. Your consistency. Do you guys have your steps to success printed out?
Oh, I have it. Hold on. You told me to print it and I forgot.
I found mine.
There we go.
Okay. Do you guys have this each month?
If you don't, I have it. I can put it in the chat for you to print, or you can write it on a piece of paper, because I didn't have a printer when I started. I used to write all my charts out, all my task lists out, everything, whatever I could find to write on, literally wrote on it. Okay. So,
and I went to my friend's parents' house and I printed out 50 pages.
Hey, you do what you got to do. Okay.
Your resources. But with being consistent, it helps you fill out your steps to success, obviously. I mean, every person that you're talking to is another seed planted. And as you keep going and showing up every day, you will see those people, like you'll get more comments on your haps. You'll get more reactions to different posts, because people are like, oh, they're actually using it every day. Oh, it's just like people posting about going to the gym every day. It's more so like, I know I'm posting my coffee every morning to keep myself accountable. That shows, hey, I'm open for business. And this past week, I've really struggled mentally with being okay. And I've been a little bit more transparent than normal on my personal pages about that. And I still like, I need to consistently show up for me. I need to keep going through the motions, even if it was just posting the coffee for me. Because I had somebody message me, say, hi, are you okay? Oh, I'm glad I saw you posted your coffee. What's going on? Like, you know,
like, are you alive? Did you have your coffee today?
So, I mean, your steps to success is your guide to each month, what you're supposed to be doing, obviously, to help you build your business. Because if you guys look at your charts, which I don't have, but
I have a chart. Give me 2 seconds.
Basically, if you're teaching your distributors to be doing the steps to success, your chart's going to naturally grow on its own. You're going to all be working together towards that same goal, and showing up each day will show yourself and your team that this isn't as hard as we maybe like our minds make it out to be. I know I'll put up a hap and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got 40 comments. And I'm like, okay, I'll get overwhelmed with that. I'm like, no, that's 40 potential people. So I get out my notebook and I write all of their names down because I'm a list person. And I'll just send them the initial message. If they respond, I put a check mark. If they put a post up, I circle it. And then I go through and save it. So it's just building a system that works for you. And
Do you want me to get out a Ruby chart? Is that what I'm doing?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I have to find it.
Oh, it's
Here, I'm just gonna do this. Sorry, continue talking.
I'm trying to remember sorry, just totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay, so yeah, so in January and in December is when I started really trying to be more and more consistent. January, I enrolled my 6 loyal customers, which I haven't done since maybe November, September, October, November. But I was like, I'm consistently showing up for my business. I'm consistently showing up for myself, and I'm reaping the benefits. And I was like it was like a weird light bulb went on. Like, oh, filling out the steps to success isn't scary, isn't hard. Like, you've got your friends list. When I have newbies join, I tell them make a list of 20 people just off the top of their head. Just write down the first 20 people that are closest to you. And
Ruby chart.
perfect. So
this is in the Connect app. So if you if you need it, just get with your enroller, or we can probably post it afterwards.
But like, I'll tell them to list off the 20 people. Then I say, pick 3 to 5 of these people that you think would be great to partner up with you, that you would want to teach personally on how to do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So then they'll circle them. Like, that right there is potentially filling out a Ruby chart already.
It's doing 2 things. It's getting people to possibly join you, and it's also because how many of you have been like, oh, she'd be really good at it, but I'm so scared to ask her. Like, what if she says no? That's when you need to do it, because when you're scared, that's when true growth actually happens. You do it scared, literally do it scared. We're nervous every time we come on these Zooms or do a live video. Like, you guys think we're like, oh, she acted so natural, she's so good at this. Dude, I'm terrified sometimes when I go live still to this day. And I've been doing this over a year, and I did a 90-day challenge of doing lives. We all get nervous. The difference is we still do it anyways. You do it scared. Okay, continue. Sorry.
I'm just like looking over our outline. So like, obviously,
I wanted to piggyback off of something you said earlier about consistency before I forget it. Have this mindset when you go every day into your business. This is the mindset you should have. Pretend someone is actually watching you and they haven't commented on anything. Let's say they haven't commented on anything, but they're watching you and are like, man, if Felicia posts one more day about this coffee, I'm going to buy some. And you don't post, and she doesn't post. She doesn't post about the coffee. She just lost a customer. Or if Felicia posts one more time about me joining this business, I'm going to join it. I'm going to join her. She posts one more time and she doesn't post. She just lost a distributor. That's why you should be posting every day.
Right. Everybody's got their own believability meter, if you think about it this way. I see a lot of myself in Mullissa, and I'm like, Melissa's doing this. I could do that easily.
You're like my spirit animal. What are you talking about?
For real though. So Nidhi, I was just reading over your thing. I don't think you're doing anything wrong at all. I think your network is just skeptics, and they want to see how long are you going to push through this before they're like, no, what, maybe she's not full of crap.
When I started back into when I started, I was with a different company. So I had to wait 2 weeks before I could start posting because I didn't want to mix everything up. So my story's a little bit different. I actually didn't technically start posting until January. And that was something that me and Chantel decided I should do just to kind of reset my network. But what I'm getting at is I went back and I do this often, if I start to get in my head about how many people are commenting, and you'll do this too as you move through the business and you get more time in, you can go back and look at your old posts because your engagement's going to grow over time. And I looked back at my posts from January of last year because I'd forgotten like how much engagement I was getting on those posts. I literally had no comments, maybe 1 or 2 likes on some of my stuff. Even some of my like giveaway posts and things, engagement posts that you think people should be commenting on, hardly any engagement compared to now. I'm going to go over some social media tips here in just a little bit to kind of help you, Nydia, but you're not doing anything wrong. You're actually doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're showing up every day for your business. So don't be hard on yourself. Just because no one's commenting or liking or whatever, because I can guarantee you someone's watching you. I would bet money on it right now that someone's watching you.
For sure. Nydia, send me your Instagram. And then I'll
Oh yeah, you got
like, if you want, put it down here in the chat and like
because we follow a lot of each other on Instagram, and we can boost some of your posts. And if you post something on Facebook, if you post something on Facebook and you need one of us to boost it, we have no problem doing that to help you out. And what I mean by boosting is, I mean, we'll go in there and we'll comment and like your post, and Facebook will potentially show it to more people. So, and that goes for any of you guys. If you ever need us to boost anything for you, we have no problem doing that. So
I'll be your hype girl.
Right? Okay, so I think we went a little bit out of order, but it's totally fine because I knew that was going to happen. This is why I wrote it down.
I mean, obviously, like once you get your 6 loyals, that triggers your shopping spree.
Yes. And again, this is like the first step in leadership. And you're like, what are you talking about? I just want my shopping spree. Here's why. Once you learn how to get 6 customers, once you learn how to have those conversations, because that's what you're essentially learning how to do. When you get no's, I want you to think of it as a learning experience, because what's happening is you're actually learning how to talk to people. So it's good. If people say no, it's okay, because it's not no forever. You know how many people have told me no and come back and became a customer? It literally had a distributor tell me no, didn't want to be a customer, didn't want to be a distributor. Join me. Okay. She literally told me no. People will say no for whatever reason, and maybe their pride isn't allowing them to tell you why, and that's okay. You just keep going. Okay. So the 6 customers, the reason why you want to work on getting your 6 customers is because you need to learn how to have those conversations and get that confidence so that you can teach someone else how to do it. Yes, you want your shopping spree. Who doesn't want $150 and whatever I want? But you're also learning how to add customers to your business so that you can teach someone else to do exactly the same thing. So you got to always treat everything like a learning experience. I always say it's not a mistake if you learn from it. It was a lesson. So just take the no's as like, oh, good for me. I actually was, I took the courage to message someone, and so what, they told me no, at least I did it. And guess what, I just learned that I need to just change a few things. And if you don't know what you need to change, then get with your enroller. It could be something as simple as just one word. One word.
Conversations. I'm sending conversations to Gigi. I send them to Mullissa.
I still ask questions.
There's nothing wrong with asking questions. I initially will second guess myself. And I'll be like, is this okay to send? Is this okay?
Yeah, dude, we literally, like me and her, actually, we talk quite a bit. And I remember we still talk about leadership stuff and like building like rubies and stuff. And you're going to continue. It's never a silly question. It's silly not to ask.
Yep.
Because here's why. Not just because it's, as a leader, you should be growing yourself by asking questions, but also someone else is probably scared to ask the exact same question that you're scared to ask, but because you asked it, they got the answer that they wanted, and they probably just got the confidence to actually start asking questions. You have to have that mindset, because you don't and this is something that Chantel has told me many times, you don't realize the impact that you have on those around you. You don't realize who it's not so much about like your Facebook and all the people that you're touching on your Facebook. It's also people you're touching within the team. I mean, you have no idea. Your words are so powerful. They are so powerful. And don't ever dismiss yourself, because every single one of you have something to say. Every single one of you can get on a Zoom and do exactly what we're doing. Every single one of you can host a training. You all have the potential to do that, because you join this business. As soon as you hit that green button to join, you're a leader. You're growing into that, and that's okay, because anything can be learned. So always ask questions, because it's not a stupid question, I guarantee you, because you don't know what you don't know.
Your biggest resource in this business is going to be everyone around you.
Yeah.
You're getting into doing this to keep learning and to keep growing. I mean, listening to Jade and Ashley Mayfield, I have like podcasts saved. I've been doing a lot of like personal development to help me get out of my own head, because I'm very big on that. And it just utilizing all of your resources, the team pages, your chats. There's a saying, show up to go up. Show up to go up. That is 100% true. If you're not showing up for yourself, showing up to the other leaders, how are you going to learn the things that you need to take and move you to the next level?
Right.
Each rank comes with certain knowledge and certain skills, like, and growth and changes within yourself, within your business, and within your team, in order for you to be more impactful and actually make that growth.
Right. Yeah. And I can tell you, the person that I was a year ago that started this business, not the same person I am today.
Oh,
like totally different people. And I'm so glad for her. Like, and you guys can do this too, but I write letters to myself. I'll write like Ambassador Diamond speeches. I'll write letters to myself. Those are really awesome things to do. And it's because you're going to constantly be changing as you go through this business. And that's great. So you should be writing letters to yourself, because gosh, she was so brave to hit that button. You know what I mean? Because I was terrified, because I had failed so many times. What if I fail again? And I'm so glad that she did that. I'm so glad that she went to conference, because I'm terrified of flying and I hate being around groups and massive crowds of people. I'm an empath, so I get like overwhelmed with like energy and everything. Anyways, so yeah, I'm like, I get overwhelmed. Yeah.
I'm all about the party. Conference is my jam.
Yes, everyone.
Who can I go see? Who can I go cry in front of that I'm so excited to finally meet? And
that's the great thing about conference too, is like meeting all the people. Because I met one of Ayana. Like, I literally took a picture with her at conference. I had no idea. And then me and her actually connected afterwards, and she's one of my best friends in this business. So she's like a soul sister for me. So you just never know who you're going to meet, not only inside the business, but just on Facebook. There's so much potential out there, and it's really beautiful. It really is, how many people you can meet. It's crazy. Which leads me into a little bit about social media. So the first thing I want to talk about is sharing your story. You don't necessarily, the misconception a lot of people have is that you actually need like some sort of like bad thing that happened to you to have a story. Because I'm not just talking about your story about joining the business. I'm talking about personal story. Okay. Because we all have a personal struggle. You don't have to have the worst thing out there. I have some pretty bad ones, I'll admit, but I'm not going to get into that. But you all have a story, something that you've struggled with. For me, some of the smaller ones were, sitting in my car crying because I had to put stuff back at the grocery store, or panicked when I went to pull up to a gas pump and I was like checking between 3 different cards, trying to make sure I had enough money to put gas in my car, and only coming up with maybe $5, sometimes less than that. those things are the things that you should be talking about, because this business, when I first started, this business paid for our groceries and paid for our gas in our car. And now it pays for our car payment.
Which is incredible, because most people are like, I wish I could do these things all within the same week and not be flat broke right after I get done. Like,
dude, there's people that are like, man, I wish I could go get my nails done this week. The smallest things, you guys, like those are the things you can be talking about when you're brand new. But I do also, like, I have a whole like history of like PTSD and abuse and all of that. I don't know if any of you are on here that are like that, but not going to go into my backstory, but I do have a whole history there. And I've shared that as well on Facebook. And the reason why is I tie that into the business, because this business really has helped me a lot. I have depression and anxiety, and the people that are on this team, when I'm at my lowest, I know I can reach out to someone and someone's going to help me back up, because sometimes I can't pick myself back up. Okay. But let's go back to the story. So you want to make sure you're telling your story. And here is why, because I cannot tell you how many times I have shared my story on Facebook. And yes, it's a business post, but these people will still read it and they will message me. And I had a mom whose daughter went through something similar to me reach out to me and thank me for being brave. And I think I did a live. I actually didn't type this out. I actually did a live. Okay. And some of you are going, whoa, that's scary. Okay. Work up to that. Okay. You can actually pre-record yourself, watch the video, then post it if you're too scared to just go live right out the gate. But I want you to understand the impact that you can have, because this mom was struggling with how to talk to her daughter after the trauma that she had been through. She didn't know how. And she reached out to me and I helped her. That's something that has nothing to do with the business. That's the impact that you can have. I said, I need you to understand that, because it is so important that you understand how powerful you are.
I mean,
you can go.
Like, the importance of your story is showing where you were, where you are now, and where you're going. A year ago, I was broke. I was struggling. I was taking care of things at my house. So like, it just, in March, I know I needed extra money because I was drowning and I couldn't keep going back to where I was, and I was tired of it. And this I knew was a window for me. And just posting like, this is what's been going on. I was raw on my Facebook page. I was like, oh, I joined this business and I quit. And I ended up right back where I started. Looking back, I seriously ended up back where I started. And just telling my story now, like, this is where I see myself going. This is where exactly I'm going. And this is how I'm getting there. This business is allowing me to go there. Granted, let's just say I sold, I want to get my nails done. Go sell samples. Go sell a coffee sample. Go get your nails done.
Glad you brought that up.
Yeah, Melissa's going to talk about that, but like, your story is just important in being relatable. I want to find people like me. I want to find people that I can hang out with, drink coffee, and be random, like with my microphone. I even have a mini microphone. I'm that extra, guys.
She does. I've seen it.
I'm in this business. This is such a blue thing for me to say. I'm in this business to just make friends and hang out and drink coffee. Dang it. They're just going to pay me to do that. That's all I want to do.
I love you.
I have a sick obsession with these Ray Dunn mugs. Thanks, Joanna.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
that's her fault, for sure.
I mean, but look at this one. I told my boyfriend, I was like, I got to change my mug. I got to have a Valentine's Day mug today.
Yeah, mine's broken, so I'm just rocking the conference,
Oh, that's okay. Cheers. But I mean, honestly, guys, your story is about, I got it at TJ Maxx. This TJ Maxx by my house is filled.
She's like, where'd you get that? I don't have that one.
I've got a St. Patty's Day one. I've got Easter ones. It's getting wild over here with this stuff.
Okay, let's get back on track.
But honestly, like, I sold a sample
mugs all night.
So I didn't even feel bad about going and get this mug. I sold another sample, so I bought like a coffee holder thing. But the important thing is here, honestly, it's just being you. Be you, be honest, and be real. And the people in your network will see that. They will see.
Yeah, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe. I know I'm sounding super cliche right now, but it's true. And then the other thing is it's important to be yourself because there's no one else like you. I'll say that again. It's important to be yourself because there's no one else like you. You're going to come across people that are similar to you, and that's why we say your vibe attracts your tribe.
Right.
Some similarities, some differences, but just people can tell when you're full of crap.
But it's not your person. They can
They
tell.
can sense it. And you can only fake it for so long. You can only pretend to be someone else for so long, and eventually you're just going to run out of material. So why not just be authentic and be you right out the gate?
This is true. This is true. Like, I don't know. I'm excited to be here and sharing this excitement with everybody, jumping in, like how Nydia, you have, I know, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out, but like how you have genuine concerns about your Instagram.
That's a
Like,
good thing.
You want to hang out on a Zoom, me and you could talk and just, I'll help you build Instagram. Like you guys, I only work 2 days a week, so I'm looking to hang out with people on Zoom and actually be productive with my time. Like
You should
intentionally.
host a power hour.
I think I'm just gonna start doing those things. I love this.
Let's talk about social media just a little bit more because I do want to cover a couple things that I just want to clear up some like confusion about social media. You guys have all heard about the algorithm, right? So drop a 1 if you know what an algorithm is, because I need to know, I need to gauge who I'm talking to, because I don't want to get too technical. Because I used to be a social media manager, so I can kind of go off into like left field a little bit. So, okay, we got a few people. All right. If I lose you at any point and you have a question, just write it down. I promise I will answer it at the end.
Drop your question in the chat because I'm going to save the chat and whatnot too.
Yeah. And if we don't get to it, I can always answer it later. So, okay. First things first, if you've ever heard anyone say that you can hack the algorithm, it's not true. There's no such thing as hacking it or beating it or anything. Okay. You just work with it. You work with what you got. So here's a couple of things, just some beginner tips for you if you're trying to boost your engagement and your reach. So first things first, you always want to be doing everything that we talk about. So you want to be doing commenting on stories. I'm not talking about tapping the little emoji button and then hitting next. I mean, actually be genuine and leave a comment inside the story slide. You know, you can go down to the bottom and you type something. I want you to do that. And then you should be going through your posts on your feed. That means not your posts, your friend's posts. You need to be going through those and don't just hit like. If you're going to like it, you need to comment because your friend can't like your like. Okay. She can't like your little heart. You know, you need to comment and then go to the next one. You also need to be doing your happy birthdays. If you don't know how to get to happy birthdays, you just type birthdays in the search bar and it'll come up with a little shortcut on Facebook, upcoming birthdays. You need to be doing that too. The last thing is Messenger. Okay. So here's the thing. The thing that you have to understand is interacting on stories has the potential to show your story to more of the same people as you're interacting. You're more likely to see their story and they're more likely to see your story. Okay. The other way to build engagement on stories is polls. If you don't know how to do a poll, get with your enroller. We're not going to do a whole social media training tonight or today, but you know, polls also help too. Okay. Posts, when you're going through and you're liking and commenting on a post, here's a couple of misconceptions. A lot of people think that you can just go through your feed and you can comment and like on friends' posts, and that just means that your post is going to Facebook's going to show more of your posts. actually what happens is Facebook actually boosts that post specifically. So when we were talking about earlier, when we boost your post, okay. So if you go in and you actually comment and this post starts to get a lot of comments, Facebook's going to go, oh, hey, there's a conversation happening here. Let's show this to more people. Yes, there's a possibility that Facebook may show your post to this person, but actually what's happening is that post is being boosted. Okay. So what you want to do is also go through your post. So if you posted something about a product, coffee, weight loss, whatever, go back and add a before and after photo, go back and comment and be like 2 spots left. Or what I like to do is on like the giveaway ones, I like to like and comment always on any posts that I usually put up, unless it depends on what it is. But for the most part, any post that I put up, I'm going back through the comments. I always like it and I comment because it boosts the post every single time. You're going to get more comments, more engagement. You always want to be interacting because it's called social media for a reason. It's meant to be social. You're meant to be interacting with people, and you want to make sure that you're being genuine about it as well. So Messenger is super, super important because what Messenger does is actually it shows your content from your stories and from your posts to everyone. This is why host to post is crucial to your business. If you are still learning host to post and you're not seeing a lot of success, it's okay. Just keep doing it. Okay. And you want to make sure that you're messaging people. Go through your friends list and ask them to throw up a post for you. I don't care how many no's you get. If you come back and you told me, have you messaged your entire friends list? Probably not. Okay. I'm just saying. So go through and ask everyone, because not everyone on your friends list is going to tell you no. You're just getting discouraged after you get to 20 no's and you stop. Just going to be honest with you. I'm super red. Anyways, so make sure that you're messaging. Because well, it's true, because you have a potentials list. I'm not saying like to think of your friends list as like potentials, but in a way it kind of is. You already have a list of people that you can ask, and you need to go through that list. And I'm not saying spend in like today going through your entire friends list, but do it in like small increments. And we have messages that you can use to send to people. The one thing I like to do is, because most of the time you'll see that I don't even appear online or offline. I only appear online when I'm doing green light messaging. That's how you know I'm doing green light messaging. I'll appear active and I'll go in Messenger, go to like the active list, and I go through those people because two reasons. They're already on Facebook. They're already scrolling. They're going to see my message. They're more likely to answer me. That's why I like doing green light. But you can absolutely just go through your friends list and message people too. I like to do it late at night, and then I wake up the next day and I usually have a few messages in my inbox waiting for me. So
that's smart.
But yeah, so Messenger is the biggest thing for your business. It's going to show everyone your posts, and it's going to show everyone your stories. But at the end of the day, your goal should not be to be the queen of engagement or the queen of look how many likes I got on my post. Your goal should be to build relationships with people. That should always be your goal. And you've got a whole list. You've got a whole bunch of people that are watching you right now. So go make some friends, dude. Seriously, go make some friends. Like Felicia was saying. Do you want to have anything to add to
that? Honestly, no, I mean, we have resources of like scripts on what to send your friends list. I thrive off of challenges. Like if someone was to message me, go message 20 people and tell me when you're done. Like I live for that kind of stuff. If you need someone to do that, hi, I'm right here.
If you don't know what kind of person you are, there's a color personality test that we can send you, and love language test is also a good one to take too, because that helps you figure out who you are and how you respond to if you're like I'm task oriented like she is. Like I like to be challenged as well, but you may not be. You may not like to, it may be overwhelming for you. You need to kind of figure out who you are too, because that's going to help you work
Right.
smarter in this business too, which is where we get into self-development. So I want you to talk about this because she has a lot of good stuff. So take it away. Where's your mic?
So self-development, I have found recently, everyone talks about it. Everyone says we should do it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get to there. You need to be doing that from day one because of all the different challenges that you'll personally go through, like your growth. The self-development helps you get out of your way. I listen to Jade. I listen to Ashley Mayfield. I'll just put anything on, like on Spotify, like the couple days that I work, I just plug my headphones in for like 3 hours and I work at Chipotle and I basically make all the chips in the morning. So I get everything ready in the morning. So I have my headphones in and I have Ashley Mayfield in my brain constantly. And if you don't know who that is, you need to look her up. She is a spitball of fire. She will tell you what's up, tell you how it is. And I'm like, dang, I can't wait to be that person because I know that's who I am. But my mind tells me that the world doesn't need another loud person, that I'm too loud, that I need to be quiet. No, the self-development and personal development is showing me like, this is who I am. And this is where like, I need to be vocal about me. So
let me just add to that really quick. So what she's saying is that you should be doing self-development every day, not on just the days that you think you need it.
Right.
Because you're going to have days where you're going to forget to do it or you're just going to have a bad day. And because you've been doing self-development every single day, when you get to that hard day, you have something to pull from.
Yeah.
So did you hear that? What she just said, she does it. She started doing it every single day. So there's two different types of development. There's self-development, like personal development, and then there's like business development, which for me, personal development kind of breaks down a little bit more. And if you're spiritual like me, I have spiritual development and then other personal development, but there's different types. So like getting on this Zoom right here, this would technically be like business development. Okay. Whereas like reading a book about like building your confidence or learning how, to believe in yourself or something like that would be personal development. Whereas like going for no is more like business development. So it's very important that you understand the difference between the two because you need them both.
So yeah, like Lachelle's posting about the book club and she was like, February 1st, have this book, blah, blah, blah. We're going to meet at 9 a.m. And in my brain, I was like, I don't think I can commit to Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m. And then I sat back and I'm like, well, why can't I do that? Well,
that's self-development right there, because old you would have been like, nope, I'm not doing that.
Right.
But because she's been doing self-development, she's self-aware. So then she went, wait, why are you saying you can't do that?
Like, wait, why can't I commit to Mondays and Fridays at 9 a.m.? My child's in school. My boyfriend's at work. I'm already back home from dropping him off there. I'm not at my job. I was like, literally, I've nothing going on. So I said, screw it, whatever. I bought the book and I've been showing up every Monday and Friday. So I'm excited for tomorrow. We're reading Unf Yourself. I don't know.
Bleep. I'm just kidding.
Bleep.
I'm going to censor you. I'm kidding. It's a great book. I'm actually reading it again. And here's the thing, like I am unable to actually get on to Zoom that early. And it's just because of my schedule and everything. So what I did is I've read the book before. I went ahead and got it anyways. And I've still been listening to it. I'm not in the book club, but I'm still listening to it. So, I mean, I'm just saying, there's really no excuse. It's only it's your mindset. Really your mindset, and it's this business is going to teach you how to get out of your way, like she said.
Actually what the front of it says, I have it on Audible, so it's Unf Yourself, get out of your head and into your life.
Because if you actually look at some of your reasons for not doing stuff, you start to look at your excuses, you're going to start to find where some of the problems are.
Right.
I can guarantee that.
And this past week we read chapter 4, and the title is I Got This. And basically it's just saying,
oh yeah, that's a good one too. Atomic Habits.
I definitely needed this chapter this past week, because I was just, down on myself about a lot, and this really helped kind of pull me out of that. And I was like, oh, I only have this many more days until I'm connecting with my team and talking about this book and sharing the impact that it's having on me. So
right. It's all perspective. Because that's what she did. Did you hear what she just did? I want you to I just want you to hear what she just said. She literally just said she changed her perspective. That's literally what you have to do. It's called a 2 millimeter shift or whatever. I mean, it's called different things, but and Friends, when they have the couch and they're like, pivot, pivot, pivot. It's like that. Okay. So you need to shift your mindset or pivot, because changing your perspective is really,
right.
I mean, it changes everything.
And I wish I could find it.
All how you're looking at the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say no's are not no forever. It's not like they're this resounding no that's echoing through a canyon. It's just not right now, and that's okay.
And the other thing you have to really realize, they're not telling you no.
They're saying no to themselves.
You're not asking them, oh, for a personal favor for you. It's just not for them right this moment. You didn't wake up and say, oh, I'm going to join a new business.
Right. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to hurt Melissa's feelings by telling her no. No.
Any of those It Works people that ask me about coffee? No, because I hate.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell her no, just to, yeah. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves.
Stop taking it so personal.
And the reason why you take it so personal, especially if you take it extremely personal, you have issues with rejection, and we could get into a whole other Zoom for that. But there's self-development books for dealing with rejection. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know what to read, Google is your friend, okay? Not Dr. Google, okay? No Dr. Google. I'm talking about using Google for information for self-development. The other thing that I used to do too, which I'm sure she's done as well, because she's found a bunch of podcasts, I go to YouTube. Mm-hmm. Okay. I go to YouTube, and I remember when I first started, and this is just, I know I've talked about this, you guys probably heard me talk about this, but I'm crazy. If I want to find something out, I will find it. I don't care what I have to do to find it. I will ask questions. Yes. Okay. Don't misunderstand me. I will still ask questions. If I can't find it, I will ask questions. But that came with a lot of self-development. So if you're still not sure where to go to look for something, please still ask questions. I'm not saying don't do that. But I'm also saying challenge yourself to find the answer, because that's what I used to do. And Chantel even knows this, because she's like, I don't know how to well, you need me. I was just going and doing all the things, and not everyone's going to come into your business like that. Okay. So this is why you need to start challenging yourself to go find the answer, because you're going to have someone on your team who's brand new, just like you were, and they're going to be asking you questions. So shouldn't you know where to go, and shouldn't you know how to direct them to, videos and podcasts and self-development books? This is all things that you're going to learn as you go. And then you're going to be able to pass that down through your team, and you're going to end up creating this entire culture and this entire vibe within your team. It's beautiful. But YouTube is your friend. And if you need a list of people to follow on YouTube, we can put that in the chat when we are done. And I'm sure she has some podcasts and things that she can pop in there too, because I don't have that many.
I'm only listening to 2.
I only listen to Ashley and Jade, but I know Pam has one. And so does Joe Dunn, or Joe and Stephanie Dunn.
Yes, Joel and Stephanie are fantastic people. I've met them.
Super nice.
We've had lunch. They
are actually just like, okay, anyone that you see on the Zoom and you're like, they're literally just like that in real life. Okay. This is not like,
yeah, I mean, it's really cool because I messaged Joel on Instagram saying, how did you get this? And he responds right back, like, everybody in this business is in the business of helping people.
and don't put anyone on a pedestal, because I know a lot of you, because you fall into this trap of like seeing people who are higher ranked than you in the company, and we tend to put them on a pedestal, is what I like to call it, which basically is treating them to a certain extent like a celebrity. They're not. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. They started from square one, just like you are right now. And so don't ever put anyone up on a pedestal, and don't ever be scared to approach someone in this business and ask them a question.
Okay,
because
yeah.
Huh?
Just at me with that.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to ask to interview somebody who I've been nervous to interview, because I've
been pushing her to do this.
She's just like spitball, and I'm just inspired by this person, so I really hope that I can do that. But like putting people up on a pedestal, at one conference I met Ashley Sinclair, and she was like, oh my God, it's Ashley Sinclair. Like she was my person. And I met her, like we were so close. I was like crying because I was like, I can't believe I'm meeting you. And she's like, girl, just chill. Like what's going on? So
yeah, but it's so easy to get into that mindset, because I did the same thing when I went to conference, because for me, when I started out, Cheyenne Knox was like everything. Like I was like, oh my God, her, how she grew up and stuff is like not exactly the same, but I kind of got it a little bit. It's a little bit different for me, but I kind of got the struggle a little bit. So, I actually met her at conference, and I remember walking up to her and being so nervous, and then walking away from that going, why was I scared to talk to her? She's just a person.
Right.
Who just so happens to be extremely successful in this business. That doesn't mean that she's,
been doing it longer.
She's just been doing it. Yeah, she's just doing more of the things that I'm doing longer.
They're doing the same things that we're teaching you guys to do, and that you guys are teaching your other teammates to do.
Yeah.
They've just been doing more of it.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot longer.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're never going to stop asking questions. I don't care if you get to be ambassador diamond in this company and you opened your 2.0 account, you're going Ruby on it. I don't care. You are going to ask questions regardless. And you're human. You should be asking questions. That's how you grow. So don't overthink asking questions. When you don't ask questions, that's when we get worried. We're like, are you okay? Do you need some help? Hello. So you get the Jim Carrey meme where it's like, are you there? Yeah. Ask questions. Seriously. Just do it like Nike.
Questions.
Yeah.
Anybody did we not? I mean, I hope everything.
Did we miss anything? Hold on. Let me look at the list.
We're chatty Cathy's.
This is like a coffee conversation for us.
I know, it's like, yes, I just get to hang out with people and talk about stuff. I can't wait.
Oh, I forgot. Totally forgot this earlier.
Thanks, Ashley.
How do I say this nicely? I'm super red. I'm just going to say it. When you're scrolling through Facebook and you just pretend the share button does not exist. Okay. Here's why.
I know.
Imagine, if you will, that you have your store open. Okay. Just imagine that it works as an actual brick and mortar building. I want you to think of the share button like this. Let's say that, you have someone standing outside your little business with a little billboard for another business. Okay. Let's say that you hired this person. That makes no sense. Why would you hire someone to advertise about something else? Okay. I want you to think about the share button as if it doesn't exist. And I know it's a hard habit to break, because I used to share like crazy before I started doing this. But your Facebook is now a business. Posting is putting your Facebook open for business. Tapping the share button is just taking the traffic that's coming into your store and going, no, go over here. there's this cute cat video. You just have to see it. Just go over there for a second. I don't need to talk to you about coffee. So you need to be careful with that. If it's something that's you like, you see it and you're like, oh my God, Brittany needs to see this, then send it to her on Messenger. Right. Do not share it on your feed. Do not, that share button doesn't exist anymore. Now, where it does exist, what I like to do, so when I post about the giveaway for the, on my profile, I'm talking about my post, I will share that to my story, because whoever is looking at my, yeah, Ashley, you and I are the same. When you are going through stories here, this is the thing you have to think about. Some people are only looking at stories and some people are only looking at your feed. Some people do both, but not everyone. Okay. So I like to share some things from my page into my story. And this is also why you should be posting to your story and your feed. They're a little bit different. So when you're first starting out, I know it's very easy for you to just get into this, like, everything it works, blah, you're just gonna throw it all over. And it's like, it's every post is it works, coffee or whatever. If you don't know how to post, there's a lot of really good leaders that you can go and just copy them. But every other, like, I like to post, like, I'll do a coffee post. I try to do a business post, and then I try to do like something else. So like 3 posts, but not, in sequential order. Okay. So there's some stuff in between there on my feed. Life posts. Okay. So your feed is more like a highlight reel, I guess. Whereas your story is more like a movie. Okay. And like when you post about the product, that's like the commercial break in your story. Okay. So anything about a product or the opportunity should be, at most, I wouldn't go over 6 slides. That's kind of pushing it just a little bit, but people tend to get bored if it's longer than that. They're not going to read it. Be short with your wording in your stories. Make it something that they can read very quickly and go to the next slide. And they understand what's going on. If you're doing a video in the story, you need to add text to that, because a lot of times people are at work. Like Nydia just said, she listens to Zooms with her headphones in at work. I used to do that too, by the way. So make sure you're adding captions to anything that's in your story that's a video, picture. Use polls. There's so many resources. We could do a whole Zoom on that again, but there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that go over that stuff too. So if you need training on social media, I mean, we could do something, but there's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube too. I mean, if I could find it on the team page, which, don't get me wrong, there's a lot on the team page, but there was a lot of stuff that I went and actually just found on my own. I remember I was looking for objections, and I wanted to make my own, because I was using, I used the text replacement, like the word board at the time, but now I use boards now. But I was looking for objections, and I could find like a few here and there, but what I ended up doing was, because I heard on a Zoom, Lachelle was talking about objections or something, and I was like, where is this Zoom, this thing that, so I went and I found it. Okay. There was no scripts. There was no like copy and paste. I literally sat there as she was saying what she said, because someone would give her an objection and she would say her response. I was literally pausing the video, writing it down, and then play, and then pause, write it, all of that. Okay. I've done that with several Zooms. You're going to find that on YouTube, that a lot of times the scripts aren't going to be provided to you. So you just pause, write it down, play, pause, write it down, play. I've done that so many times. Because there's a lot of good information out there. So I just want to say that. But make sure that you're posting to your stories and to your feed, because you don't know who's watching what, and it's better that you show up on both of them. That's better for your business if you show up on both of them. Sorry, my boyfriend is like texting me. There we go. Anyways, I think we pretty much covered everything. I don't really know how to go over posting examples here on a Zoom without showing you guys my screen and actually walking you through it step by step, but I have seen a lot of different things that I just want to touch base on. Story slides, if you see us share those long pictures that have like a product and there's like these cute little graphics, it has this cute little quote or whatever, that needs to go on your story, not on your feed, because your feed is going to cut it off and it's just going to look weird. Okay. And then you want to get creative with what you're saying on your posts. If you don't know what to say, you get with your enroller or get with one of us and ask us like how you should word it. And we can kind of help you, because I know a lot of us aren't actually good at creative writing, is what I call it. Like I still have my days, like last night when we were talking about doing this Zoom and I was going to post about it, I had to ask Chantel to help me write what to post because I literally just couldn't even think about what to post. And I've been doing this for over a year and I've done multiple Zooms. Okay. So it's not my first time, but I'm just saying, if you need help, you need to ask for it, because we don't know you need help sometimes unless you do. So that's all I had to say. Do you want to add something else? Get the mic back out. Why'd you put the mic away? Let me see if there's any questions in here.
I mean, honestly, as far as it goes with like posting examples, I follow a lot of people that like I find their posts relatable. Like, oh, it's like, oh, that sounds kind of like me. And so I copied the post and I put it in my notepad and I reread through and I change it more to be more like me. So it doesn't seem like it's a copy and pasted kind of thing. Like, because like we were saying earlier, your network can definitely tell when it's not you, when it's not your voice.
Oh yeah, for sure. People can tell too, like if you're in a bad mood, I'm not saying like you should just take the entire day off and not work your business. It depends on what's going on, but a lot of times it's just a bad mood. It's something that will pass. And a lot of times it just takes a simple shift in your mindset. And the best advice that I can give you to do that is gratitude. Because anytime I start getting upset, because I'm very goal oriented, and when things don't happen or go the way that I want them to, I get very upset. And I start to go down the little rabbit hole of self-doubt and pity and all of that. So what I do is I start thinking about the things that I do have, the things that I am grateful for. And that means that I'm not allow space for your negative thoughts. They're going to happen. It's just how your brain works. I'm sorry to tell you this. It's just how it works. It sucks. Okay. But there is a way to move past it, and it's called gratitude. So anytime you start to have a negative thought about anything, think about something that you're grateful for. And honestly, you should be writing this every day. Journaling helps me a lot. I usually try to either think of 3 things that I'm grateful for or write them down. So anytime you're in that headspace, just think of something you're grateful for.
Or messaging like somebody on your team, like messaging somebody that you're close with. Like I called myself an ass hat last night, and Mullissa was like, "Don't talk that way about my friend." Like, I was like, yeah, but I'm saying like sometimes we just need to do that. Like, so I'll message somebody and I'll be like, I'm thankful for your leadership, for your friendship, for just knowing that you're somebody that I can go and talk to. And that also.
Oh, that's great. I love that you just said that. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up really quick. But what I want you guys to do is you hop off of yours. I want you to go on your team chat, if it's your newbie chat, whatever chat you're in. And I want you to shout someone out, someone that needs to be shouted out, because sometimes people for the smallest things, you really just need to hear it sometimes. So if there's someone that has really, truly inspired you or had some sort of impact on you, shout them out in the team chat. I want all of you to do that, because you just, oh God, you guys just don't know how much impact you could have. I can't stress that enough. You just don't know how powerful your words are sometimes. And It's amazing what we get to do. It really is. So we are so excited for all of the new people that are on the team. We're excited for some of you OGs that showed up for this training. Way to show up for your business. Thank you so much for hopping on with us and spending Valentine's Day with us. I hope you guys have an awesome Valentine's. Yeah, just when things get hard, just push past it, please. Don't give up on yourself, because your dreams are worth it. You are worth it.
Don't ever hesitate to like reach out to anybody. Honestly, like I'm very vocal about how my feelings have been and kind of where I am mentally, and I'll put on music and I dance around, and you guys want to jump on like Facebook Messenger and just call me because you're having a bad day, video call me. I'll say whatever. I don't know.
9 times out of 10, everything that you are experiencing, one of us has already gone through in this business. And that's the beauty of it, is that most of us have already experienced the struggles that you're currently going through right now. So there's someone on this team that can help you through that. It's up to you to reach out. That's on you, boo. So
But thanks guys for coming on. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's. We were super random and all over the place, but I'm glad that you guys stuck it out. And hopefully we get to do this again. I hope. I like doing Zooms with you. This was fun.
Great time, guys. You guys have a good rest of your Sunday. Don't forget to check everybody out.
We love you.
I'll just do this awkward way. Bye.
Bye.